Hello everyone, I have a playthrough of Flying Dragon the Secret Scroll. There is a Japanese name for this game, but I totally forgot what it was. It's like Hiryo no Ken or something like that. This game is actually, in my opinion, a hidden gem. Most people, I think, play the first stage of this game and think of it as like a typical Kung Fu clone. But there's something very special about this game. I actually first played this game at my friend's house way back in the day, and we thought it was probably one of the greatest games ever. Because you know, we were young, we loved fighting games, we loved martial arts, stuff like that, and we just adored anything like that. So right now, I'm basically just going through the stage. This game is actually divided up into two parts. We have these journey stages where you just go through the game, like sort of like Kung Fu or Martial Art Master or whatever that game was called. And this is fairly straightforward because you just get to go through the game. You're beating these random monsters or people, I guess. And then every once in a while, once you beat, I think, 10 enemies, a little mini-boss guy will appear. And then once you beat them, you get... I did not want that to happen. Once you beat them, you actually get a little icon, as you can see at the top. So the first one is the punch power-up. Your punches get stronger. Then you have the kicks. Then you have these little things where you can fire off little fireballs. I haven't played this game in a while, sorry, so I haven't. I don't really remember the name of this. Something like something disc. It was like a really badly translated English name for it. But then, as you just go through these levels, you eventually get the key, which allows you to open up the door. So again, the first stage, the journey stages, nothing special at all, and most people, unfortunately, just stop by, at that point and say, "Yeah, this is pretty boring, pretty straightforward." However, once you get to this part, this is where I believe the game actually gets a lot more fun. I'm just going to go through the story real quick. Basically, this old guy is going to just train you. We're going to go through training. And through this training, I think you'll see what the game is all about. So as you can see, the graphics are a little bit different, and you have these large sprites. And now it is actually a fighting game. Now, it is not a superbly fantastic fighting game, but I believe back in the day this is actually really cool, and you'll see how it goes. So the way that this game works is randomly you will have these little marks or dots on your on yourself or your opponent, and depending on where the mark is and who has the mark, you are able to attack or defend. And as you can see, I am just basically following what the Nintendo is telling me to do, the game's telling me to do. So as you can see, just depending on wherever the mark is, you have to respond accordingly. Okay, so you keep on doing this just to practice a little bit more. And so I believe the marks are just really totally random. So it's kind of like a fighting game and a strategy game at the same time. And this guy is just telling you that once in a while the marks that appear on you or your opponent will be different colors or even different symbols. If they're blue, it'll actually do more damage. And if they are a star, it's actually a one-hit kill. So the cool thing about this game is it's not just those things. I mean, the game itself is not just that. But as you can see, I just threw the guy there. And there's actually a lot of special moves in this game that you can do. You can jump. You can also throw after you block a punch, which I really like. As you can see, those flying things in the air, I don't know why they're flying, but they're actually water bottles or holy bottles or something like that that refill your life. And if you notice the KO meter at the top, you will see that once it's full, you can actually do that move right there. So later on, depending as you go through the journey stages, those little Kung Fu stages, you will actually gain different parts of the scrolls, and different scrolls which allow you to throw fireballs and stuff later on. And so there's actually a lot of decent moves in this game. So again, it's a hidden gem that most people tend to dismiss. And I know there were a lot of sequels for this game that appeared out. I think there was one for the Nintendo, and a couple came out for the Super Nintendo as well too, and possibly the N64. But they changed it up by then. So the funny thing about this game is, even though the markings do appear on you, if you know exactly how the game engine works, you can actually cheat quite a bit. And so even though the marking appears on yourself, you can actually back up and then attack, even though you're not supposed to. Technically, you're not allowed to. So again, since these are the training stages, this is nothing too fantastic. I know it's not too amusing. But the cool thing about this also is that later on you'll fight opponents that are different martial arts styles. You'll fight boxers, you'll fight demons, even, yes, demons, wrestlers and whatnot, and they all have their own special moves as well. So there's a lot of variety in this game that I really do enjoy. And I wish, honestly, this game would appear a lot more often in a lot of games. I wouldn't say this is the first fighting game, because it probably isn't, but it was the one of the first fighting games that I really played that I really enjoyed playing. There was a 2-player version of this. That'd be pretty cool. That was one of my favorite moves. You can, as long as you block a high punch, you can throw your opponent, which is really cool. And that's actually how you defeat one of the opponents later on. So one of the things is that, as you'll see in this game right now, is showing you the various opponents that you'll face in the future. And the story-wise is that there's a, if I remember correctly, there's a clan that basically owns the scrolls, and you're trying to defeat the evil clan that has the final scroll. And as you gain these scrolls, you, of course, like I said earlier, you do get new weapons and stuff, new abilities, sorry. So these are just the type of opponents that you'll fight through. And they're so dramatic, trained against a bear. You know, can't beat that. And this game does have a couple of replay value, because you do want to get the good ending. The way that I'll play through this game, I'll probably just beat through it once, because maybe come back to it later. Amazing stuff, right? So here now, we're in the second journey stage, and again, it just repeats. So again, nothing really special, but these are always good refreshers in between each. And even these stages have secrets as well. So if you punch these little statues, once in a while they'll give you special hidden items and stuff. So normally what I like to do is just stand in one spot and wait for the bosses to come, because they appear usually after every 5 enemies that you kill, usually. So it doesn't really matter how far you are, it really just matters how many enemies you kill. I'm gonna try to be careful, because... oh, never mind, here we go, we have energy. For those of you who will try out this game, you can go through these platforms if you hold down as you jump through them. So if you don't, you just land on them, but if you hold down, you will actually fall through it. And that's really important, because you actually do want to do that so you can reach some of these impossible statues, and you can get a lot of hidden secrets that way. This item that I got is... I don't know the name for it, I just call it the flashlight item, because it just kills enemies that as you run into them. And of course, we got to the last part. So here we go. So again, that was Journey Stage number 2. And I'll show you guys the different opponents. So as you see this, this holds the different scrolls and different parts of the game that you want to get. Ultimately, when you get all the parts, you'll be able to use your power-ups, your special moves power-up, and you get to get different special moves like fireballs and whatnot. So here we are fighting Go Karaki or whatever his name was. Normally, B is punch, A is kick. But if you press A, B at the same time, you will do a spin kick. And as you can see, there was a special move from him. It's really annoying to block sometimes. I like how the audience cheers for you when you do a cool move like that. Then, for those who want to know, pressing select will let you use the water to heal your life. As you may have noticed, you saw a star in him, and I just hit it once, and he got knocked out in one hit. That normally does not happen, so I'm pretty lucky that actually happened. And to actually gain some of the scrolls later on, you actually have to beat certain enemies in a certain way. Like you have to land the last blow using the flying dragon technique and whatnot. And as you can see, some of the opponents have fewer moves as well. For those who want to use the throw technique, get the block high, then you press down and punch, and you will throw it. It does a lot of damage, so don't be afraid to use it. Alright, next. There you go. Doing fairly well right now. Here we have a kickboxer. So again, like I said earlier, sometimes you have to beat certain opponents in a certain way. And if you do listen carefully, you will actually read how you can transform them. I don't remember how to beat this guy to transform, so we'll see how it goes. So as you can see, he's definitely a little bit different fighting ability. And I believe you can't throw him because his punches are too quick. And he has that flying knee attack as well. As you can see, even though the markings are on me, I am cheating as much as possible. Once in a while it does not work though. Oh, see, he has transformed. I do not know how I did that. I think for this guy, you just beat him normally, if I remember correctly. These guys are normally stronger and they're more difficult to beat because they can send out fireballs and they can do the flying dragon technique as well. So for any new people, oh, do the fireball, and then I get a scroll for my trouble. Make it a scroll. So again, depending on how many scrolls you get, certain scrolls will actually give you more abilities and whatnot. So I'm gonna call it a video for this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do like this game, so I do encourage you to hunt down a copy and pop it in your NES because it really is cool. Not sure if it's out on the VC for the Wii, but if it is, definitely give it a try. It's a really great game. I'll see you guys next episode. Thanks for watching.